Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com, here with this Borla off-road downpipe that's available for all 2015 and up EcoBoost Mustangs. Like most factory exhaust pieces, the factory downpipe on the EcoBoost Mustang is pretty restrictive. So this downpipe is going to be for the owners who are looking for less restriction, which ultimately leads to some improvements in performance, because it helps the airflow of the turbo, where you pretty much want things as unrestricted as possible, so you can spool the turbo more quickly, which is where your gains will come from. Some of the main features of this particular downpipe are that it's a full stainless steel 3-inch pipe, which is a bigger diameter than the stock pipe, and it's also mandrel bent, which may sound trivial to some, but it's important for smoother airflow. Another thing is this downpipe is uncatted, so there's an additional reason as to why this is less restrictive and more free-flowing than the factory downpipe. One of the great things about this downpipe is that it gives you an option when it comes to the rest of your exhaust. Borla includes an adapter for this downpipe, so you can still use your stock exhaust if you want, which I think is nice because you can still get the benefits of an aftermarket downpipe, but you don't have to worry about springing for other exhaust system components while you're at it. Or your other option here is to go with a 3-inch catback from Borla down the road if you want, and Borla is one of the only companies that give you this choice right now of sticking with your stock exhaust or going with an aftermarket catback. So even though the main idea behind an aftermarket downpipe is to help give the turbo unhindered airflow, swapping out your factory downpipe is also going to give you more sound too, and since this particular downpipe is an off-road or uncatted downpipe, you can expect an even louder result. And speaking of this being an off-road option, keep in mind that it's probably best to have a handheld tuner or have a reprogram after the install, since you are removing the cat here. The Borla downpipe is a touch more expensive than other options that are on the site right now, costing just under $500, but it's one of the only full 3-inch options out there, meaning it's got a 3-inch diameter from start to finish, and it gives you that adapter if you need it. Another thing to point out here, the less expensive options on the site have the flex pipe positioned in a different location than the more expensive options do. They have it more in line with the pipe, while options like the Borla here have the flex pipe sitting more horizontal. If you think about it, the inline 2.3 that the EcoBoost has is going to be moving left to right, so I think this is a better placement for that flex pipe. When it comes to the install, luckily this isn't a bad one. You're probably looking at a few hours to get everything done, and you won't need anything out of the ordinary. Just a few sockets and some wrenches, and a jack and some stands so you can get under the car. Overall, I'm going to call this a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the scale. So wrapping things up here, this is an off-road, full 3-inch stainless downpipe that comes with an adapter that you can use or not use depending on your catback situation. And not only is this going to increase performance, but it's also going to open up some sound on the EcoBoost as well. So I'd be sure to check this out more for yourself online. I'm Stephanie, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.